Alright guys, welcome back. Sunday fun day. Snuck out of the hangar here, a bit fluey, but anyway. Got the wing on the bench down here. Got the Camel under some blankets. Gonna get stuck into some building. Hope you enjoy the video. Watch along, we'll see what we get up to. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, better give you an update. I've been going at this all day. Well, it's 1 o'clock. So 4 or 5 hours. I've done the top surface, I've flipped it back over. I'm just tidying up the trailing edge. I've still got to do the leading edge tape. I've sort of done half. I've done the top surface of the bow, if you like, on the wingtip. Now I'm just going through, this is what takes the time, putting on my doilies. They're not finished. Just thought I'd show you what I do. I actually just glued this one. I don't put any glue on the ring. I think I covered this. So I get that inside edge with a credit card. Nicely done. And the outside edge. That's all I'm concerned with at the moment. So there's no glue out this side here. So like here, I just run a bead of glue around, inside and outside. Put the doily on, and I'm just really concentrating to get that edge sealed. And now you can see I've done those others over there. I've got 1, 2 and the aileron, 3 to go. Then I'll let the iron do the work for me. I'll iron this down, and because I've got fluff up on top here, like slack, that'll pull down. I'm not too concerned, but what I really want to get is that, especially on the inside edge, where I'm going to cut it. Some of these won't be cut out, they're just in case, but this one will be, purely because I need to get that bolt in, get my hand in to get the bolt in this way. Yeah, so I just thought I'd show you that. The tops have the tapes applied. I've just been head down, bum up, going hard all day. I've got a cheater piece of glue here. I'm about to hang the leading edge tape, 4-inch tape. Before I do that, I just need to finish off this here. You can see I pre-glue. Now that'll just lay down nicely like that into the glue. There you go, I'll do it for you. Put it all in, and any little puckers, I'll hit it with the iron and then seal it with the glue. Big day of getting glue off my fingers. No interruptions today, just head down, bum up. So to do a wing, it's a fair bit of work. It's had a good dry overnight, everything there. Happy with my doilies and everything. So you probably know the drill. I'm going to spend probably an hour going over every single seam. Get rid of some, like these air bubbles. I can't remember if I taped the head of the bolt with the fabric. I think I have, but I need to get this down a bit smaller. And on the next wing, I've got this bolt here, which holds the rib in place. I really need to take it out, but I can't now until I finish painting. Or I could punch a hole and get it out. What I'll do next time is just put a smaller bolt just on the inside and through. I just have to remember to take it out, because I offer the wing up, it won't go on. A bit croaky today, guys, again, sorry. Bit of man flu going around. So westerly wind blowing last night. I come in and all that moss off the roof must blow up to the centre section and then fall down. So yeah, I'll just go over, give everything a good iron down. Then I think I'll move it into the tent. Move it into the tent, put the coat of wash on it, get that other wing out, and we're going to do exactly the same all over again. I might roll out some fabric on top of this wing. I explained that previously. Cut 2 pieces to make sure I've got enough. If not, I need to go home and order some, like sooner rather than later. But yeah, I cut out another 2 wing skins, and then I might do the 2 ailerons. Then I can paint everything together bolt the ailerons on to finish the paint job. But that'll be good. I'll have one in there ready to paint sort of slowly, just do, instead of trying to do 3 coats a day, just do 1, maybe 2 coats a day while I'm working on the other wing. A lot of work to go, a lot of work complete. Let's get into it. Oh, as far as I've used all the glue that was supplied with the kit. Now I'm down about here on this bottle. I may need some more. Keep an eye on that. And some more 2-inch tape. I think I used a whole roll on this wing of 2-inch. Yeah, I don't order all this stuff and have a cupboard full of stuff left over, but we'll work it out as we go. Maybe I'll write it down on the next wing how much I'm using on each wing, and maybe mark the mark this when I start. It should be enough just for 3 more wings. Well, 3 more wings and 4 ailerons, don't forget. So let's get into it. All right, so I'm just going through, putting on my wash, 3 to 1 with water. You can't really get this wrong. If you do stop, like not on a tape, you'll get a stop-start mark. That's just, you know, on the videos of Stewart systems, they get a lot of runs inside, but I find it very hard. Probably different fabric, closer weave or something, I'm not sure. And I've sort of learnt with my process, I'll do this twice. So you do lift the edges up again on your, I can see one there, on your tapes or your hard work. Put this on, let it dry, iron the tapes down again, and give it another coat. It's basically just, I've let that get way too wet now, but just brush that on. You can see where it soaks into all those, soaks into all those white areas. And I'll just brush until it's basically gone. It just gets everything sealed that hasn't been glued prior, basically. Something like that. I won't do a white, well, you see on the white area, just back and forth. Basically just force it into the weave. You do start to see some saturation on the other side if you push too hard, which is fine. It's on the other side, so there's no texture. Yeah, and do that for the, that's going to take a cup of coffee. Let's get a cup of coffee on the go. Okay, it's a lot quicker the second time round. Just put my brace on. I don't have to stand there and design things. Just going to cut my 2 bits of wood and then drill the holes. I've marked the holes, don't get ahead of myself. Marked all the rib stitching holes. We'll drill those and get stuck into it. Looking good. So a few people have asked, what's the power plant? I have actually got the engine, she's over here. And today's the day, I keep track of it down here, 22nd of July, it's about around that, August, every month. I just come over here and I say good day to my Rotec 2800, pull the plugs out, 7 plugs. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm going to squirt some WD-40 in the cylinders and I turn the prop. I do 14 full turns. Being a 7-cylinder, I figure that's every valve up and down. So, get my morning workout. That's the engine, guys, for those who haven't seen it. 100 kilos, 110 horsepower, 7-cylinder radial with an 80-inch wooden prop, which I've got sitting on the floor over there, not getting looked after very well. All right, that used to be a bit of a fun job. Now it's just a bit of a pain in the butt. But got the wash on that. A lot of texture from the, like fluff off the brush. It's okay. I keep keeping track. I've got 1 wash on top, 2 washes on the bottom. I've got to hit this with an iron, give it another wash. When I say a wash, that glue coat, and then I'll get some paint on that today, at least one side. There's no real rush. Started to cover the wing. I just grabbed an offcut. See how the glue works? You just rub it on, it sticks. About to cut that, do a rough cut. You know the drill. We'll glue and fold the root rib on, lay out the fabric. I've got my bead of glue on the top surface. I'm going to roll the wing over, cover the bottom first, and we'll go from there. Just a quick check to myself. I've got all the holes drilled, everything's lock wired, done up, secured, going to bed, lock these up. I use the spy wrap stuff, the orange stuff that Mr. Tipness sent me. Thank you very much. And yeah, let's talk more work. Okay, I got the glue drying on the perimeter there. Not enough hours in the day. And I got the paint going on. I thinned the paint a bit more this time. I've gone 4:1 water, 10% Floetrol. I'm liking it. So, having 2 wings on the go. There is plenty to get done. I want to get a coat of this on before I go home, so tomorrow I can flip it over and do the other side. This is the telltale coat. Highlights areas like a winger, like that. But I'm liking what I'm seeing, guys. Righto. Bit more paint, and hopefully shrink that bottom skin down today. Okay. Bottom skin on and shrunk. Pulled that down just to a neat look, I guess. Come in tomorrow, lay some glue for the top surface, mark my lines for the overlap. Yeah, looking good. These will all get cut out. It's really nice to pull that down. It's not completely shrunk yet. And in the tent, I was going to flip this over and quickly do something to it. We'll do another coat of paint, but the word quickly, you just got to take your time, I guess. So I said to myself, slow down. I've added a lot more water, and I think that's added to the dry time, which is okay. Seems to have pulled down nice. I can see some sandpaper marks in that. Must be in the glue. And you think you got this, you know what I mean? Like you think, oh yeah, I've been over those tapes so many times, but I can see so many little dags. Can you see those in the light here? The grey paint certainly does its job. It sort of says na 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 na. So anyway, I've got a date with the sandpaper. It doesn't take long. I will, what will I do? Sand then iron, or iron then sand, one or the other. I'll probably come in and iron everything down and give it a sand, another coat of paint. Be nice to be able to paint both sides at once, but it is what it is. Because I never know whether to sort of finish, you know, do I do 2 coats, get it almost finished, ready for colour, and then flip it over and start on the other side, or do them both at once. Also, I've got to be a little bit more careful. Just prior to, I get a couple of bits of, like this, felt some there. I get swarf, works its way in. This is my swarf removal tool. So I've got a couple of pricks there. And that flattens them out, but they shouldn't have been in there to start with. So I need to pay a bit more attention before I get all excited. You can see there's a bit of swarf I've just pulled off the actual wing. People think I'm a bit crazy trying to be, you know, I vacuum the hanger and stuff, but that's why, or one of the reasons. Yeah, swarf and bugs. That'll be okay, because don't forget I get it'll have this tape and that tape over the top. So another 2 layers of fabric, yep. Another one there. Now you definitely learn as you go. By the 4th wing I should be pretty good at this. I reckon by the time I finish the aeroplane I'll be ready to build another one. Do it a little bit better. To get better each time. Alright, so that's covered. Ready for top skin tomorrow. I'll flip it over, lay some glue. Well, I'll lay some glue, then flip it over. I may even do that now till the glue dries. And we'll work on this. Alright, just come in this morning, very windy. This is the mess I come into. It's okay, we can repair it. But that's why I do the tent. People think I'm a bit weird doing the tent. Also stops overspray if I was spraying, but it just keeps all this rubbish off. When we get a westerly wind, it's pretty bad. I could get up and clean the roof, I guess, one day. Alright, this is where I started to give the wing some love. I use 320 open cut, which is good because I've done the wing and it doesn't clog up. Otherwise it clogs up pretty quick. I use the sandpaper just lightly on the tapes, and then I use the Scotch-Brite in all the open bays. Now I'm going to dust it off with the compressed air. I'll get to a wet rag eventually, but I'm going to run the hot iron over all the tapes again. We'll wash it down, another coat of grey. Sort of a good stage, this. It gets you down to a level playing field, lets you see what you've got. It is a warbird after all, but we'll do the best job we can. Alright, as the wind howls through, second coat of grey on the top surface of the top wing. It's amazing, I've still got some tapes sticking up. I have to crank the temperature up, I think, and show them who's boss. That's alright, another 3 coats of colour at least on there, with a sand and a tweak between coats. But there's a wing, guys. Starting to look a bit warbirdish. It's going to be fun doing a huge roundel on there. Speaking of roundels, I'm not sure if you do a projected circle or you do a perfect circle, which will end up a bit egg-shaped because of the curve. Anyway, one wing. Gee, that looks good to have it in one piece. There's the bugs and dust land in it, I can see. Hey, buddy. Now let's do it all again. So just rolling out the fabric on the top side of the second top wing, top skin, second side. This will be the right hand wing. I'll lay this out, pull it tight, glue around the edge, shrink it down. And just like that, power's gone out. Okay. Not much I can do about that. I need an iron. I need some light. Wait and see. Alright, both sides covered. Never go half shrink, we're going full shrink. So I'll give it three irons this side, flip it over, 3 irons on the other side, and we'll call that shrunk. Looking good. Wings still nice and flat. Trailing edges looking good. Let's give it an iron. Alright, time to add some patches and drain holes. So to put on the drain hole, I'll grab a little washer, little drain grommet, and sort of flood it with paint, glue, and that is going to go right there, and that can sit there till tomorrow. Too much glue on the top anyway. That's what happens when you try and film. Right, I'll just let that dry up, and then the 2-inch tape actually collects that as well. So I do that on every bay, and then we'll add some inspection rings. Alright, so what I've learnt is just make the holes pretty obvious before I put the tape down, so that I can recover them with the soldering iron. It's a bit nerve-wracking drilling things out with the soldering iron. So I'll go through and mark the whole wing, then I'll lay my tape, then I'll hit it with the soldering iron. Alright, so the tapes have gone on. I like that super flight stuff. Now it's almost time, it's nearly knock off, so I'm not sure if I'll punch the holes now or might do that in the morning. Nice, clean, easy job to do. And whack the rivets in. Then lay the tapes and come back with the inspection rings. Might even mark out the inspection rings now before I go home. But that's not a bad day's work, considering the power went off. So there you go, guys. I might wrap up these few days video. We've got that is the, so I've done both top wings. First one's had, what are we up to? Better keep track. 1 grey on the bottom, 2 coats of grey on the top. And yeah, pulls down nicely, highlights all the crappy work, I guess. But I know now it's easy to yeah, give it some love. That'll all turn out really nice in the end. So needs a good dry. I've got a big scummer there. You can see I sort of rushed that coat because it's a freebie, because it's going to be sanded. Just got to slow down, big guy. Treat them all like a top coat, I guess. Anyway, this stuff sands real easy. So yeah, both top wings are going to get a paint. Then I probably need to, what do we think? Might drag out some ailerons, do something different. Measure up the top wing. I've got, where's my fabric? Under here. That's how much fabric I got left. That's sort of tripled over. Still a fair bit there, I guess. But yeah, I might cover the ailerons just to have some fun. Do say 2 ailerons. Then the plan would be bolt the ailerons on for the roundel on the top surface of the top wing, which would be a bit of fun. Get those done, put them back in the rack, or that rack over there. And then do the same on the bottom. It hasn't taken as long as I thought it was going to, because I'm doing both at once, I guess. And I didn't have to, the second wing went a lot quicker because I didn't have to reinvent the wheel. Spend a lot of time scratching your head working out how you're going to do it once you decide. The second one's just cut and paste on the first one. So there you go, guys, from a wintry, blowy Latrobe Valley. 2 wings on the go. Get them onto the Camel at some stage. A lot of work done, a lot of work to go. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.